a beverage of your choice, because today I am going to be doing a little bit of venting. As you may or may not have heard, the trailer for the new Crow movie dropped. It was either today or yesterday. And I had to take some time to digest what I saw. Okay? Let me just say I am a fanboy of that movie. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. Look at it right here. I even have it signed by, what is her name? Oh, cannot remember her name. The girlfriend, the bad girl. Oh, Jesus H. Christ in a handbasket. Sorry, let me just get this. Even with my glasses on, I can't read her name. Anyway, by the bad girl in this movie. I love it. It's an incredible movie. And I am in the camp of it should not have received a reboot. But I was willing to give the trailer a look. I went into it seeing how Bill Skarsgård looked. In the movie, and that admittedly kind of soured my opinion. Because right there I knew they were not going to be following the script. Or the look. Okay? This right here. Okay? This is Eric Draven. This is Eric Draven. Let me get another. This is Eric Draven. Okay? Let me get a... it is a very simple look. You get the Harlequin face. You get you have real simple look. Regular body is just regular, and he paints his face up with the the face, from one of the drama things. That's it. All right. And then they go and throw on this stupid tattoos all over the place and try and turn him into the Jared Leto Joker version of the Crow. Which, okay, fine. If they were to sit there and say that this was another version of the Crow. Because, I'm sorry, there are other versions of the Crow. There are other comic books out there with different versions of the Crow. They've got a girl, they've got, other versions. So let's just go with this and say this is somebody else. But they consciously chose to say that this is Eric Draven, and had him doing this. So that soured my perception already. Then we get to watching the movie, or the trailer. And I admit they don't really show a lot of the movie. They show, but seems like they've got this whole entire different backstory on between the two characters. She saw something that she shouldn't have seen. Yada 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 yada, and they obviously, I think they spend a lot of time, or a certain amount of time, in the movie with them being alive before they get killed, and then have him come back and do it, which doesn't fit with the story put in this book right here. Now the Brandon Lee version, it does not follow the story exactly. They did make some minor changes. The final script was some final changes, and due to the tragedy of what happened to Brandon Lee on the set, they had to take out a little bit of their planned movie. There is a subplot in this in the story of a character by the name of, I think it was the Cowboy, who is there to keep Eric on his path, to keep him from straying from the path. Because if he did any more than just getting vengeance for his death, he could lose his powers and get stranded and not be able to return to, not be able to finish his mission and return to death and be with her. So, and they actually had a guy cast for that in the setup, and due to his death, they had to cut that part out of the movie because they couldn't do it. So, if they were going to do this as a reboot of this movie, they could have written the script to take it a bit closer to the original script. keep him as a musician. So, get a little bit closer to the book. But what did they do? They went completely to the far end and sat there and said, oh, we're going to bring this up to modern times for a modern audience. Okay? How many times has that worked for other movies? Name me one movie that they've done recently where they've said, we're going to bring this forward to a modern audience to where, and that movie has been an improvement over the original. I can't think of one. Especially if that movie is anywhere near as good as this thing right here. Again, they could have just sat there and said, this is going to be a new, we're going to reboot the series. We're going to have Bubba Johnson as the Crow and have him, look like the Crow cosplaying the Joker from Suicide Squad. Sure, no one would have watched it, and no one's going to watch this one. But to sit here and say, okay, this is going to be Eric Draven, we're going to change everything about it, and, including his, make him a rapper and make him look like some sort of, whatever, and just change the whole backstory and plot. No, it's not going to happen. And I just have a feeling it is going to suck. It looks a little bit more violent and bloody than this, which might be the only good point. I don't know. Am I going to watch it? Sadly, probably yes. I'm going to probably going to wind up hate watching this movie. And knowing that I'm probably going to do that, I hate myself for it. But it's going to suck. And judging by what I've seen on this film, on this trailer, and it's no. Anyway, let me know what you thought if you saw the trailer, and let me know if you're going to see it, or if you plan on seeing it. Like, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy your good comic movies and comic books.